Came from the pain and made it out of Banner. Drove and see the nightlife where they call Atlanta. Southside shows for a couple dollars, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. We're late. That's my fault, but whatever. We are back. This is the Brew Party Podcast, our weekly gambling segment, Maloney's Moneyline. Real quickly, before we get into it, I got to do a little cleanup. So my last episode, I realized after I was done with it and I already made everything that I said episode 87 the whole time when it was actually supposed to be episode 86. So this is episode 86. We're going out of order. It's my podcast, and I don't give a fuck, Ryan. All right. So this is Maloney's Moneyline, episode 86 of the Brew Party Podcast, week 10 of Maloney's Moneyline, season 2. And you'll notice we've got two incredible gentlemen joining the party, joining Maloney's Moneyline this week. It is Lucas Wilson. It is Grant Baker. Longtime friends of the program are here to give us their best picks for this weekend. Have a good time, shoot the shit, and talk a little bit. So, gentlemen, thank you for being here.
I don't know about friends of the program, like acquaintances, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Just two of the first ever guests we ever had. But other than that,
I'll be your friend, Andy.
Yeah, thanks, buddy. I appreciate you. Grant, go fuck yourself. All right, Ryan, your beautiful face is always here each week, always the highlight of my Fridays. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm great. I am great. So we had ourselves a little bit of a week last week, Ryan. Let's talk about that before we get into the picks. So we're just basically going to gloat in everybody's faces. The Maloney's Moneyline parlay did it.
Finally.
It hit plus 879. We had the Pittsburgh Panthers over, I think it was, 38.5 points? No, over 42.5 points. We also had Justin Gaethje money line. We had Stephon Diggs over 82.5 yards. And what was the last one?
NBA. I don't know.
It was
It doesn't matter. You guys won.
Clippers
All
minus 2.5. Doesn't matter. We won. It finally won. Like the fourth time we did that, and it worked out, Ryan. I told you it was going to work out one of these times, and God damn it,
We needed it.
We needed it so bad. Speaking of needed it, you needed a big week, and you delivered a big week. 3+ money winners. Ryan hit on Usman decision plus 165, Rose Namajunas money line plus 100, and Cardinals money line plus 104. He finished his week at a very solid 5-3, really helping out your units there. Ryan, you move your record up to 38, 37-1. You are back on the positive side. I unfortunately had a negative week last week. I go 3-5, a couple bets. It just didn't go my way. So I am now 40, 35-1. Ryan and I sit at 78, 72-2 overall. So let's talk a little bit to our guests. What are each of you guys looking forward to most this weekend as far as sports and gambling goes before we get into our picks?
Luke, you want to take it away?
College football, because Illinois is not playing this week, so we don't have to get more gray hair. The Packers, if Aaron Rodgers plays.
Is that still up in the air?
He should be back. I think tomorrow is the decision. But if I have to watch Jordan Love shit down his leg again, I'm going to be extremely upset.
Before I get into what I'm looking forward to, you talked about Ryan's plus money hits. Are we not going to talk about the biggest plus money hit from the past week?
Neck up. I think we know.
Neckaholics plus 1,045 money line at Nebraska. I am looking forward when we get into our specific picks. I have a feeling mine will go off the rail. I've been ice cold with football, ice cold. So I have been getting into the KHL, Russian
I
hockey.
don't even know what that is.
So the playoffs are right around the corner. So the teams are kind of gearing up. So I have a couple KHL picks. It's all mob run over there. So there's like 3 teams who win. So you just bet in regulation and you're going to make money.
Your dad's tweet makes so much more sense now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, That is where that is coming from, my friend. So that is how you know you're really doing bad at football, and you have to move over to the fucking Russian hockey league.
Do you call Putin before you put your picks in?
Yeah, I would just make sure.
I brush up on my Russian a little bit. Some of the town names are impossible.
Do you wear one of those hats when you make the pick?
No,
Oh, you should have brought one to next time you come on to give KHL picks. We're getting him. Yeah, we're getting him a Russian.
Whack John Gotti. Like
Maybe you should drink vodka tonight.
Vodka. You should. So these guys know how it works. For anybody that's tuning in for the first time, thanks for being here. So we have 8 picks from each of us. I think Luke has 7 because he's just a little slower than the rest.
I just do what I want. I don't know how the rules work.
Yeah, he said before he's the least prepared podcast guest ever, and that is why we bring him on, because he's our wild card. We never know what's going to happen when we bring Luke on.
Like I told you guys, I gamble for my gut and how much alcohol is in my system.
Exactly. We are big gut gamblers here, and as Ryan says, you bet with your heart. He is big into doing that. So the one thing I wanted to say, because you talked about the Packers, so I'm actually going to be in Wisconsin this weekend, and Corey White is also a Packers fan. Unfortunately, I'll be visiting him in Milwaukee. And he said on Sundays they do tequila touchdowns. So every time the Packers score, shots of tequila. So I said I'm definitely throwing up on Sunday, unless Jordan Love's playing. I think I'll be okay.
I hope you throw up.
Well, Blake Bortles. What if he?
Yeah, tell LaFleur to play Bortles. Like, stop being a coward. Yeah, please get him on the horn. Luke, I know you're pretty. Are you an owner?
No, I wish.
Yeah, peasant. You need to. All right, boys. This is already off.
We would have got OBJ if I was a part owner.
Yeah, it would have been an under the table deal.
I would not touch his ass with a 10-foot pole.
Well, I don't care if you would. I would.
Oh yeah, I would too. Yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad.
Bears fans like we need receivers.
I'm glad I'm opposite of you 3.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, you're wearing a suit.
You're on the wrong side of history. Obviously. All right, let's get into the picks. We have college football, we have NFL, we have an NBA pick, we have KHL picks. We are all across the board this weekend. We're going to start with our favorites of the week. I am going to start with Ryan and work my way around. So, Mr. Maloney, hit us with it.
All right, I'm going to go Rams -3.5 at 49ers. At -112, this is more so because Rams are coming off a tough loss last week, and the 49ers are 2-6 against the spread. So I think the Rams might just blow them out this week.
Yeah, this line feels small. I feel like it should be more like a 5.5, maybe almost 6. But maybe divisional game on the road, I guess that's why they're probably, keeping it close.
This might be like dumb gambling brain math, but didn't the 49ers keep it close with Arizona last week? So what are the chances of them playing 2 good teams close back-to-back weeks?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, it's kind of it feels Is he just maybe he's just not that good?
He wears great sideline gear though.
I mean, you look good.
He wears like a Letterman's jacket some games. Like, who does that?
Well, would you take him for the Bears, Andy? Would you take him?
Yeah, in a heartbeat.
I think Andy would take me for the Bears.
Yeah, I would. I would take Luke calling plays. I think that'd be way more interesting than fucking Matt Nagy. So that's Ryan's pick. The Rams -3.5 at the 49ers. They did keep it close to the Cardinals, but I mean, the Cardinals had Colt McCoy was their starting quarterback. AJ Green was out. DeAndre Hopkins was out. They were banged up.
You're saying that like it's a bad thing.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's not a bad thing. They won.
You see Colt McCoy in college?
We hit it. Yeah. I told Ryan. I told Ryan last week. I said it's about to be the Colt McCoy game. Check the receipts, Ryan.
Oh yeah.
Show him the receipts, I should say. Okay. Move on, Luke. Let's get your favorite.
Turns out my favorite is Titans -2.5 against the Saints. I got that wrong in the rules earlier in the text, so I had to change it.
Yeah, I said, Luke, I just need a favorite from you. And he goes,
I gave him
hold
my
on.
under,
Yeah.
which is my favorite in my brain.
He goes, favorite is Colts Jags under. No, that's your under.
That's not what the minus sign means, Luke.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
went
shit.
to
But this is
Central, all
favorite
right,
pick.
Unit 4.
All right, Titans -2.5 versus Saints. Another one which I don't understand why this is only 2.5 points. They are without Derrick Henry, but I mean the
They
fucking
have
Saints.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, the Saints are starting Trevor Siemian.
He's only 55.
Yeah, so that is Ryan's favorite -2.5. We go over to Mr.
It's my
Baker.
favorite. It's my
Oh,
favorite.
that's Luke's favorite. Whatever, dude.
Coming to me.
We go over to Grant. Yes, sir.
So some books still have it at -20. I didn't get it there. I unfortunately got it at -21. I'm taking Ohio State -21 home against Purdue. I feel like everyone is going to be on Purdue because they're like the upset darlings, kind of what they did to
Coming from an Iowa fan.
You don't have to revisit that. Thank you, Luke. Yep. Okay. Yeah, get the jokes out now. That's fine. And then the very next week after the Iowa game, Wisconsin murdered them.
Mhm.
And then they go back and they beat Michigan State, right? Huge win. Same spot with Ohio State. Like, how are you going to respond after a big time win? And I think people are also forgetting that Ohio State is loaded. They had a wide receiver transfer to Alabama so you could get more playing time.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State lays it on. I think they beat Purdue bad. I just don't see Purdue getting like 3 marquee wins in a year. Like, you're Purdue, dude. Stop it. Come on. You can't be Purdue. So I think Ohio State beats them and beats them big. I would be comfortable even adjusting that to like -28 or 27.5. So you're in that football number. Just so you're inside that football number. I get cold feet doing that though, because I feel like I'm always going to get screwed.
All spread, baby.
Ohio State -21. I'm pretty confident in that.
Ohio State -21 is
it's
the
at home.
pick.
It's at home. Too.
It's a home game, and I agree with you with like, I don't want to say letdown spot, but for Purdue, but it just feels like a lot, you know, for a program like if you're not like a top tier program, and it's nothing against Purdue, they've been incredible this year in the games where they've really needed to. You know, 6-3, two wins against top 5 teams. Not a lot of people can say they do that, but this just feels like a game where Ohio State's going to come in and have their way. I mean, unless we see another just ridiculous game from David Bell, who always seems to go like is always good for 200
You don't
plus.
need to tell me anything about David Bell. I'm fully aware of who he is.
Do we want to
run man-to-man coverage with no help over the top?
I think there's some crazy stat. Just my Iowa tangent. Then we can get back online. There's some crazy stat where David Bell has played like 2 games in Kinnick Stadium, and he's I think top 15 all time in Kinnick Stadium receiving yards. It's insane.
It's because Iowa doesn't throw the ball.
Yeah.
So
breaking news. Iowa doesn't throw the ball.
So back to Ohio State. So Ohio State -21 currently is the line. It's been moving a little bit. I saw it today at 19.5. So that's -108. If you were to adjust it, let's say you adjust it to, you know, let's say 27.5 plus 170. I don't know if it gets that high, but
put 10 grand on it.
Yeah. Put your entire bankroll on that is what Luke says. Let's move on.
Responsibly.
It's a reputation.
Yes,
That's a reputation bet.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. So to our underdogs of the week, we'll go back to Ryan. What you got for us?
All right. What did you give your favorite?
Oh, no, I didn't, Ryan.
It's fine.
Oh my God. Thank you so much. I seriously, genuinely appreciate that. No, my favorite, I'm going to college football. I was sticking in college football, I should say, like Grant was. Michigan State -12 versus Maryland. This is a bounce back game, in my opinion, one that they just kind of come out. They're going to be pissed off about losing to Purdue last week. It just feels like a game where they just absolutely just blow the doors off of Maryland. They're 6-2-1 against the spread this year. Maryland's only 3-6. Any decent team that Maryland has played has absolutely destroyed them. Ohio State 66-17, Iowa 51-14, Minnesota 34-16, Penn State this past week 31-14. I believe Michigan State is just as good is in that group of those teams in the Big Ten. Maybe not just as good as Ohio State, but just as good as Iowa, Minnesota, Penn State. I believe they put it on them. Real bounce back game here, kind of try to get themselves back in the playoff conversation. So bounce back spot here for Michigan State, taking them minus 12 at home versus the Terps. So now we'll go to our underdogs. Ryan, your turn.
All right, I'm going to go with the Raiders plus 2.5 versus the Chiefs. As we know, Chiefs have been terrible against the spread, 2-7 on the year. And I also saw this earlier. Derek Carr is 9-0-1 against the spread as a home dog in prime time. So I'm loving the Raiders this week.
Raid.
Absolutely
Trade
raid.
that.
Shout out Trey Da. Raid. That is Ryan's pick. It's the Sunday or Monday night? Sunday night, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I think that'll be a good game. Raiders plus 2.5 at the Chiefs. Grant, let's get your underdog.
This is where it starts to get off the rails. So it's the game's on Monday, the 15th at 8 a.m. Central Time.
Get up for this one, baby.
I won't be watching.
These are there's some sketchy Reddit streams. So these are the two best teams in the KHL. Magnitogorsk is their number 1 based on seeding. Chelyabinsk is number 2 based on seeding. Magnitogorsk has they've given up. I mean, their goals for and goals allowed are very, very similar. It's like splitting hairs. Magnitogorsk is on the road, but they're the best team in the league. If you can get them at plus money, that's just great value. So I'm taking them with the 3-way line. That basically just means that they win in regulation, the 60-minute line. At plus 185, that's really, really good value for the best team in the league.
Absolutely.
That's kind of my logic.
Grant, can you name 2 players on that team?
Nope.
Absolutely not.
I bet these teams regularly, and they always come through. I think Magnitogorsk on the year is like 28-3. Like, it's insane. And Chelyabinsk is like 26-7. So very similar records, but best team in the league. You get him at plus money, you take it. That's good value.
Yeah, he doesn't have to know the players if he knows it's good value. Okay,
I mean, he knows the team.
the money line to like win an OT or a shootout is at plus 110. But I'm taking them in regulation. I think that's way better value in regulation.
Absolutely. So I'm not even going to try to say that, but KHL, first one of the show.
And you had to get like a whole new like thing at the bottom here just to be able to type all
Well,
this.
no, I'm literally just freaking copying and pasting what he sent me. It's like the most detailed. He's got the 3-way telling us what it means, the odds, and then he sent what time and everything is. I didn't include that in there, but thank you.
Grant's like a lawyer.
Well, and then sometimes
he's dressed up like one.
Sometimes I'll do like some Swedish games too, but I didn't like any of the lines this week.
There we go. So
Yeah, me either.
Yeah. Okay, Luke, let's get your underdog.
Another rules question. Can I use my Vegas pick as my underdog, or should I use?
You're up to you. Either one.
I'm going to go Vegas money line.
Oh,
Plus
all right.
124 against the Chiefs.
Let's ride.
Well, I love it. We have two members of the podcast this week are rating. Shout out to Trey Smith. He's actually going to be in Milwaukee this weekend. I'm planning on meeting up with him tomorrow night. And
take care of him, all right?
I will. I will absolutely take care of my sweet prince. So Vegas money line plus 124. That is what Luke is rolling with against the Chiefs. We got 2 people on the Raiders. That means we might all have to bet on the Raiders this weekend. I will ride with you guys for sure. Hammer it. A couple comments. How's it going, guys? Hank, thank you so much for being here. It's going well. We are giving out our picks for the weekend. Check out Hank on Big Blue Avenue on the Review and Preview Sports Network every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Ben Fittman joining our good friend of Ryan and I with the smiley face. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? All right, I'm going to give my underdog. I'm not forgetting this time around. I'm taking the Browns plus 2.5 at New England. I'm not buying the Patriots. Everybody is all over the Patriots saying they're so back. I'm just not. I'm not fucking buying it.
Did you see what Belichick was wearing last week?
Okay, yeah, that was incredible. Incredible. So road dogs are covering 62.2% of the time in NFL games this year. They're 51-31-1. Underdogs just in general are covering 51.8% of the time, 79-57-1. Browns are 3-1 against the spread on the road. New England's 2-3 against the spread at home. Give me the Brownies. Odell's gone. They're just a completely different team.
Is Mac Jones due for a stinker too? I feel like he's been good all year. He's got to be due, right, for kind of a shitty performance.
I would absolutely love it. I'm taking Browns plus 2.5. I'm probably going to sprinkle the money line as well. I think it's at like plus 114 or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. So let's move on from here. We go to our overs of the week. Grant, I'm going to bring it back to you for your over.
All right. Well, I'll go back to the well. We're staying in the KHL with the overs. I've been so cold football. I gotta find winners somewhere. I'm taking
true degenerate
in the league. Red Star Kunlun at Omsk.
What did you just say?
Yeah, that's their name. Oh, that was another over that I had. I apologize. That's an over for my miscellaneous pick. I apologize. I have Helsinki at Dynamo Moscow. Both of these teams have scored in the upper 90s for goals on the year, which is like top 5 in the league. So that's a system play. If you get two teams top 5 in scoring head to head, I'm taking the over every time.
90 goals a game.
Oh, is that what I said?
Is that a record?
I just don't understand how this works.
No, I mean both teams have scored over 90 goals for the season.
Oh,
which is like that's in the top 5 for the league. So when these two teams are going head to head, I'm taking
90 goals a
game.
Dude,
it's Russian hockey. Like if people want to see goals, they're gonna get goals.
If I said per game, I meant on the season. I apologize. I misspoke.
No, I don't think you said per game. I think we just assumed you meant per game.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Oh shit. All right, let's go, Mr. Goals per game. What do you got for your over this week?
Baylor at. Is it at Oklahoma? I don't know if it's at Oklahoma.
I think it's Oklahoma's going to Baylor. It's in Waco.
Yeah. The over 62.5. That game every year is fucking nuts. I don't know why. It just is. So that's my over for the week.
Love the reasoning. It's fucking nuts. Let's take the over.
I watch a lot of Baylor football.
I mean, I actually have Baylor plus 5.5 on my card later. I think they have a chance to win that game outright.
That gets
I think that this playing spoiler here for the Oklahoma Sooners here. I mean, obviously Baylor coming off that tough loss last week to TCU, but I don't know. I like the over. I like a lot of points in this game, and I like
Big
Baylor.
12.
Big 12. There is no defense. There is never any defense. All right, so let's go to Ryan, your over of the week.
All right, I'm going to go Tampa Bay, Washington football team, over 51. Tampa Bay 5-3 overs this year. Washington 4-4. But this is more so just kind of bet with your heart. I saw the number and I liked it, so going with the over in that game.
Oh shit!
I like how you guys have real reasoning, and I'm just like, the game's fucking nuts.
No, the joke on this show is Ryan usually is just like, yeah, I just like it, and he just like never brought any numbers or anything, and I kind of like would always go on my little tangents, and he was like, yeah, sounds great, or just like,
what are numbers?
And he finally started bringing out the records, and he started losing, so maybe he should just do
yeah, screw the records, screw the
fuck
stats.
the numbers, god damn it. So the football team and Tampa Bay over 51 minus 107. That is Ryan's over. I am going to go to Monday Night Football. This game was talked about earlier. The Rams and the 49ers over 49.5. Coinky dink, huh? So I am taking this. Overs are 5-3-1 in Los Angeles Rams games, and they're 5-3 in 49ers games. 4 of the last 5 San Francisco home games have gone over. The Rams are averaging 31.6 points per game over their last 5. San Francisco's averaging 27.8 points per game over their last 5. You add those up, it's over 49.5. Playing?
I haven't been able to check my phone, like my fantasy notifications.
Was he out? Was he questionable?
He was questionable with an ankle because he's on my team, so I was worried about it.
Stafford? I didn't even know he was out.
Played with a dislocated shoulder. He's fine.
Oh, it's a shoulder.
No, I'm just saying.
It's like both.
Fantasy says he's healthy, so
he's back. Okay,
it's never wrong. So
cool.
Okay.
All right.
Andy got Andy got anxious there for a second.
I was like, what? That is like a classic me. I would take something like this and then not realize that somebody like that was out. Fucking me and Ryan played each other in our podcast fantasy league. Not yesterday, but last week. And it didn't tell him that Tua was out. Like, you got no notification that Tua wasn't playing.
Yeah, I mean, I had Kyler, but I didn't want to play him because he was playing the afternoon game, and I didn't want to be like screwed with him because he was a game time decision. So I picked up Tua, and then they just never told me that he wasn't playing. And so I got a 0. Yeah, I think he's playing.
Oh no. Mike White is back. Did you see he said that he should have been the first overall pick?
Mike White.
That's why I like him.
Yeah.
XFL.
Did he play in the X? Oh, he should have been the first overall pick in the XFL. Yeah. Oh shit. Well, you will see how that game goes. Let's move on to our unders of the week. Life's too short to bet the under, but we do it once a week. Anyway, yeah, this is Luke's favorite. So we'll start with you.
The under, Jags, Colts, under. I mean, Urban, there was 6-9 final last week. I mean, coincidence that Urban was the coach for that happened.
I was worried you were taking the KHL under, Luke.
I'm going to start betting on the KHL.
We'll just take all these picks. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'm going to bet on every pick you guys give.
Yeah, it's going to be.
You might go undefeated this week.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I brought you guys on. If we lose, I'm going to have to sell everything. I'm going all in this week.
You got 2 kidneys.
And 2 kids.
Congrats on the set.
Congratulations. So, Ryan, I think this is your under as well. So I'll let you talk about why you like it real quick before I go.
I'm riding with you, Luke.
Are we the same person?
I just think this is going to be a stinker of a game, so I took the under for this one.
That's my kind of reasoning right there, too.
I mean, it doesn't get my nipples hard. I'll tell you that. Thinking about the Colts and Jaguars.
This feels like it should be a London game. Like that's just a bad game.
This is an 8:30 like. You accidentally woke up early on Sunday. You can't fall back asleep, and there just happens to be a game on NFL Network.
London's not getting like Chiefs Seahawks. You get Colts Jags, and you're gonna
you're gonna fucking love it, and they're gonna scream for those punts. Okay, Grant, let's go back to your.
Before you put the graphic up,
that's fine.
Lucas, you know me a little bit better than Ryan. Where do you think I'm going with this under pick?
Iowa football.
I mean, Iowa unders. It's Iowa, Minnesota under 37.5. Iowa unders are 7-2.
You got to take it.
I think we all know why the unders are 7-2.
If I could bet on Illinois, I would take the under every game.
Illinois unders are hitting at 90% rate this year.
Thank you, Tony Peterson.
What's 7 for 9? I don't know what that math is, but that's a good grade. And I mean, they're just horrible. If this under was at like 3, I'm taking the under. Like they suck.
If this under was at 3, I'm taking the under. So Iowa unders are hitting at 78%.
Great. You ready for the?
I want them to win. Of course, but like, come on.
You ready for the 5-2 Illinois Iowa final next week?
Yes, I am. So the thing about that is both teams want it to be like that. So it's like the immovable force versus like the impossible object or whatever that saying is. It's like who's gonna.
I think you butchered it. We know what you're saying.
9-7 game. Who's gonna win?
Unstoppable force versus the immovable object is what he meant.
Yeah.
But that was close enough.
Directionally correct. I was directionally correct.
All right, so that is his under. I love Big Ten unders on this show. Like you just got to take them.
And the other thing too, I don't know what the weather is in Minnesota. Hopefully it's shitty.
Could be snowing.
It was like 65 there last week. It was weird.
I mean, it was snowing here for a little bit today, so it might be. We need a weather person on this show, Ryan.
We're getting close. We're getting real close to run the damn ball weather.
Yeah,
Illinois and Iowa.
That's all. That's all they want to do. Yeah, that's 70 degrees and sunny for Illinois and Iowa.
Beal was like, "We're gonna put 10 offensive linemen in the game."
Fuck it. 10 offensive linemen, direct snap to Chase Brown. Just see what happens.
Who says no?
Not me. Under for me, I'm gonna go. Luke might not like this one. Green Bay and Seattle under 49.
Who's playing quarterback?
I don't fucking care.
Is this Geno Smith? Is this Geno versus Jordan Love?
No,
Russell's back.
Russ is back. But let me tell you why I like the unders. Either way, the Seattle unders are 1-6-1 on the or no, I'm sorry, they're sick. I'm an idiot. They are 6-1-1 on the year. So they have had one game go over and one game push. Green Bay unders are 7-2 on the year as well. For the season in the NFL, all games unders are hitting at 55.1%. Hammering the under here. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. You're a math wizard. So that is my under. Seattle, Green Bay under 49. I can absolutely see it going over, but I'm going by the numbers here, boys. And when has that ever failed me before, Ryan?
Not once.
Never, absolutely not. So let's go to our locks of the week. Ryan, you better lock it up.
All right, I'm going to go with, I believe you gave it out earlier, Browns plus 2.5 at New England. I'm also not sold on the Patriots, and as we've seen, the Browns are just a better team without OBJ. So
Absolutely.
Also, I mean, honestly, you probably sprinkle a little on the money line for this one too.
Sprinkle? Oh, yeah, I'd sprinkle it. Absolutely sprinkle the money line here.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think the Browns have finally figured out their identity, and it's Nick Chubb, and he is an elite.
Is he out?
Yeah, I think he's out this week.
What?
Is he out?
What?
Yeah.
Then forget what I said.
They
we
have.
gotta start checking injury reports on that.
Overrated. So everyone's good.
I don't know. I mean, when they've had Dearness Johnson in, he really hasn't. He has not been that bad. He's filled in for Kareem Hunt pretty well.
First team all name right there.
Yeah, Ernest. Yeah. What a name. Look out, second child. We got a name picked already. So let's go to Grant's lock of the week.
All right, my lock of the week is New Mexico State at Alabama. I'm taking Alabama minus 13.5 first quarter line. They're going to have their starters in the game. Saban has a history of just absolutely pummeling teams like this. Like, he doesn't care. So the starters will be in the game probably till halftime. I used this logic a couple weeks ago. Arkansas played Arkansas Pine Bluff at home. I took Arkansas first quarter 13.5. I think they were up like 21-0 at the end of the first quarter. Give me the first quarter line. They punch them in the mouth. This is just business as usual for Alabama. 9-5. See you later. Get out of town, New Mexico State.
I mean, I think the line for the game is like 50, like maybe 51 or something like that.
The first half line is 35. So I'm like, so that's a big time jump from like 13.5 first quarter to then 35 for the second quarter, like combined.
Yeah.
Give me the first quarter.
Yeah, I'd take that too. I think that they'll be up by 14 after the first two possessions. I think.
What's Mexico State going to do? Are they going to move the ball on Alabama? No. Yeah. Give me and it's inside. Yeah.
Are you in that
game? That's why they play the game.
Are you in those offensive meetings, Grant?
And it's inside. It's inside the football number of 14.
You don't know.
Breaking news: I'm going to New Mexico State to coach football this week.
Yeah.
New Mexico State's quarterback is out though. Terry Wilson, the Kentucky transfer, is not playing.
That's my cousin.
Yeah.
You look alike.
Over under 1.5 for how many times Grant mentions
I think we've already gone over.
Like, probably, I mean, just hammer it. Yeah, just whatever it is. So Luke, we got your, let's go to you.
My lock is Michigan minus 1.5 at Penn State. I think it might be at 1 right now. I don't know, but I got it at 1.5. I just don't think Penn State's very freaking good, even though they played Ohio State tough last week. I mean,
they lost to Illinois, and they gave up 300
They didn't make an adjustment the entire game. They played 4 down linemen.
Any team that can run the ball has a chance against Penn State.
Yeah.
Like Illinois
didn't have a quarterback. Penn State knew they were running the ball, and they still gave up like 350 rush yards?
Grant, we haven't had a quarterback all year.
Since Juice Williams.
We had Nate Shieldhouse.
Yeah, whose house?
Shield's
Shield's
house.
house.
You're right. You're right,
Thank
Lucas.
you. Thank you. But yeah, Michigan -1.5. I love this game. This is a huge game for Harbaugh. Personally, he needs this win.
Harbaugh's just dumb enough to run the football against him too.
Exactly. I mean, he needs this win to keep their resume going. He needs this win. Just a ranked win on the road will be big for his personal resume and keeping some heat off of his back.
I also think Franklin's leaving Penn State this year, and they're kind of just like, yeah, it is what it is.
I think so too. And plus you got Blake Corum and Hassan Haskins, who each have 500+ yards and 10+ touchdowns on the ground. Just pound the rock. Yeah, Dwayne. I don't know, but Michigan.
Before you move on, I severely disrespected Riley O'Toole. He was also an elite Illinois quarterback.
Yeah, I love Riley.
He could throw the ball more than 35 yards. That's fine.
Good guy.
Yeah, good guy.
All right, my lock of the week. It is going to be a total for the NFL. I'm taking Buffalo and New York over 47.5. I see this as a bounce back game for Buffalo, kind of like the Michigan State thing. Buffalo is favored. I think it's -12.5. I'm a little gun shy.
This was almost my under, Andy.
Well, let me tell you why I like it, Luke. Okay. I'm glad it wasn't. I couldn't go head to head with you. There's two.
I would have changed it probably had I known this was your over.
Integrity. Just integrity. So overs are 5-0 in the Jets' last 5 home games, 5-3 overall in Jets games this year. They are only 3-5 in Buffalo games this year. Not great, but I think Buffalo's going to come into this game pissed off, being like, how the fuck did we lose to the Jaguars? Let's beat the shit out of the Jets. Also, I think the Jets might be able to kind of put up some points here, especially if Mike White is starting. And I just want to bet on Mike White to score points. I think Buffalo's going to win. I won't be surprised if the Jets cover those. So that's why I'm going to stay away from the total. Just bet the over. So it's fun when both teams score and I don't have to stress about it.
Aren't you kind of betting the total in like a roundabout way anyway?
Yeah, whatever, dude. Like, it's my lock of the week. Hammer.
Lock it up.
I guess. I want
to hear Ryan's lock. This is going to be some good shit.
I already gave my lock. It's the Browns.
Oh, yeah, the Browns. I got lost in
it was some real good shit. Yeah. That's how good it was. Is he didn't know you gave it already.
Yeah. Way to look out, though, Grant. I mean, no child left behind.
Way to be, kid. So we got those are our
I fucked up. I took Emeka Okafor. I fucked up.
Not a dime back.
Not a dime back.
So we have each of us have some miscellaneous picks we're going to give, and then we will share our parlay with just one pick from each of us, hoping to keep that streak going 2 weeks in a row with a plus money parlay. So how it works, usually Ryan and I each just give 3 general picks. I think Luke has 2 more picks to give. I think Grant
I can come up with some
more.
others.
All right, Luke's just going to start firing from the hip. We'll see what happens. That's why we bring him on the show. He is the wild card. But yes, so let's start with Ryan, your first general pick for this week.
All right, I'm going to go Panthers plus 10.5 at Arizona. It is, last week was the Colt McCoy game. This week it's the PJ Walker game. So
Cam's playing.
So no, I don't think Cam is playing this week.
Cam.
No, I think
I don't think they are.
This week. I think they said he's not playing until they play Washington. But yeah, regardless, I think 10.5 points is a lot, especially with how good road underdogs have been this year. And I think Colt McCoy is good for, maybe one really good game a year, and then, he's figured out. So it's the PJ
Kyler
Walker
not playing
game
this week?
I think he is.
You're right. He might be, yeah. But he's game time decision again. So regardless, he's banged up. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a win for the Panthers by any means, but I think 10.5 is a lot of points for this game.
They get paid to play football too, Ryan says.
Exactly. They're trying to earn their next paycheck.
Have you seen Cliff Kingsbury, though? Don't ever bet against a man that looks like that.
He's absolute fucking sex symbol. Absolute sex symbol. Luke, let's go to your first one. This is the one that I fucking hate you for.
You don't hate me.
I don't. I love you.
Sorry, Bulls fans, but I'm taking Golden State tonight.
You don't say that.
Ooh.
You don't
Love
say that.
Steph.
See red.
Love Steph. I hate Lonzo. I love
Yeah,
Io,
I
though.
hate Lonzo.
I mean, I might keep you guys in the game. I don't know. I don't really
Yeah.
watch the NBA. I just know Steph shoots a lot of threes.
I mean, the Warriors are 10-1. The Bulls, I think, are 8-3 coming into this game. Two of the hottest teams in the NBA right now. It's not a bad pick to take the Warriors at home. They are the home team in this game.
Thanks. I didn't even know that when I picked them.
Hand up, I've got $100 on the Bulls plus 6.5.
Oh
but-
shit, we're going head to head.
Yeah,
What's the
we're going
over?
head like 220 or something.
All right.
This was I've not betting $100 on the Bulls every game, but I've bet on the Bulls almost. I think I missed like one or two, and it's been anywhere from like 10 to 20. This was just like I had an extra 100 in the bankroll that I'm very confident the Bulls can cover 6.5.
Oh,
But
I
hey,
feel terrible.
you
now.
have 5.5. I have 6.5.
If we both win,
Like we can middle the shit out of this. Let's find a way here. We
You
both
didn't go money line? You
we
didn't go
both
money
get a
line?
victory.
Money?
let me make some phone calls.
I will. I mean, I haven't, but I'll probably sprinkle it, depending on how my college basketball picks do tonight. Because this game doesn't start till like 9 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's like
West
9
Coast,
o'clock
you
on
got time to
ESPN.
figure, like, you
Trent
got time to
Frazier
figure
and
it out.
Corbello are playing tonight, by the way.
They both are playing Hammer,
Pretty sure,
Illinois,
yeah.
whatever the spread is. Hammer.
Limited
Illinois.
minutes. They're full.
I mean, they're playing Arkansas State, so probably
They probably
limited
won't
just
have.
based
They
on-
probably won't have
Limited
to
minutes
play
anyway.
yet.
Blow 'em out. Yeah.
Grant, let's go to you.
All right, for my miscellaneous picks, which one you got queued up? I have two. I got two more miscellaneous.
It doesn't.
He can
matter.
do whatever. He's a wizard.
I'll touch on one of them. It was one of Lucas's picks. I had Michigan -1 at Penn State. We already touched on that a little bit. It's the same logic that we already used. Penn State can't stop the run. Illinois had 1 billion rushing yards on them, and I think Michigan's pissed off. They should have beat Michigan State. I think they're going to go in there. I think they're just going to punch Penn State in the mouth and walk out of there with a win. The last kind of miscellaneous pick that I had, it's a system play for me. I have Air
Like the Tom
Force
Brady
at
of gambling.
Air Force at Colorado State under 45.5. Just personal
Service
policy.
Academy unders.
Personal policy. Every single Service Academy game, I just take the under. Every game, you're going to win money at the end of the year if you do that. Colorado State,
What was the total?
45.5. Colorado State also can't score, and they had a good defensive showing against Iowa. So I know Iowa's offense sucks, but it is Big Ten versus Mountain West, so there is something to be said for that. I thought if you would have asked me what the over/under was before I saw the 45.5, I probably would have guessed like 39 or 40. So to get it at 45.5, give me the under.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. My page with all my picks is all
Don't be sorry.
wonky here. I don't know what is going on.
I just have a sticky note with my picks right here.
Well, no, I have everybody's picks that they sent me that I've been like trying to. I don't know
a lot
what
of
the fuck
picks.
just happened here. It's a lot of picks, but it's like I've got a
overloaded.
header, a
They're like, we never
footer.
had so
No,
many
it's
picks
like
before.
it's all weird. I'm just gonna close this shit. Okay, we're gonna move on to.
Hey, Hawk, you got to give your miscellaneous.
I know I got to get my miscellaneous. I'm trying to, like my Word document, of course, is like all fucked up with with all my picks on with all my
Probably because
picks
we've
on
been
it.
talking
I
about Russia, and now Russia is in your
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah. They're spamming Andy now.
Yeah, seriously, I've been fucking hacked. So I know my first pick is Syracuse +3 at Louisville. Syracuse
Basketball,
is
right?
no, this is football.
Oh,
I probably should. This is college football on Saturday. Syracuse +3 at Louisville. Syracuse is 8-1 against the spread this year. Louisville is only 4-5 against the spread. I believe the past. Hold on, I'm hoping. I'm sorry, this is terrible fucking radio, but I like have all of my notes.
I'm leaving.
Like all of my notes, just like I don't know what the fuck happened. It just got all okay. All right, we're back. I think we're back.
Facts don't matter, Andy.
Here we no, it's all about pressures, dude.
Fake lines. Fake lines from Andy
seriously.
right now.
Okay, so Q's 8-1 against the spread. Louisville 4-5. Syracuse is 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 games on the road. Louisville is 5-0 against the spread in its last 5 games playing at home against Syracuse. I don't love that, but they break that trend. They just need one more win to get into a bowl game. Garrett Schrader is going to outplay Malik Cunningham on Saturday. Book it. Syracuse +3 at Louisville, -112 odds there. And I'm going to sprinkle the money line here probably as well. I am going to be in Wisconsin. It's not a state that works apparently because sports betting isn't legal there. So I'm going to have to put in like all my bets tonight before I leave. So we're at, I guess
I have no money left for Wisconsin.
Seriously, Corey, you're going to have to cover this weekend, buddy. I'm sorry. We just
give him enough beers. He'll probably do it anyway.
Yeah, but just once everything hits, I got you. So we can't lose, boys. We literally can't lose. Ryan, let's go to your next pick.
All right, I'm going to go Eagles +2.5 at Denver. I think this is kind of a letdown spot for Denver after pretty much just blowing the Cowboys out last week. And it's just kind of another one of those picks where I am tailing the road underdogs. So that pick.
Eagles +2.5. I don't know what to make of the Eagles this year. They're just like a weird team.
Yeah.
And then Denver
either. They both
exactly.
Yeah, it's the same shit. I don't understand why, Denver, like, okay, they're trading Von Miller. They're punting on the year, I guess. Like, what's going on? And it's like, oh, no, let's just go house the Cowboys, who have been one of the best teams in the NFC all year.
Maybe Von Miller was the problem.
Yeah. They were tired of the Venmo request for that fucking Halloween party, dude.
Yeah. Shit gets old.
Grant, did you have something?
No. I had one more miscellaneous pick that I didn't give you, and then like a betting trend to watch out for the college basketball season.
Okay, cool. Well, let me get go ahead and give us that pick then.
I didn't give it to you, like I said. I was thinking on my drive back from work. Wake Forest plays NC State. Wake Forest puts up points. They also give up points. So I was thinking the over-under was going to be in like the 70s against NC State. It's 66. I'm probably taking the
Hammer
over.
it.
Baby.
They scored 55 last week, and they gave up 58. They played no defense.
I'm probably taking the over.
Army scored 52 on Wake Forest. I actually have Wake Forest -1.5.
I like the over more than the line.
I needed one last pick. I had a lot of totals, so I wanted to get one more spread. I guess I can just tell you why I like that right now. So Wake Forest -1.5 versus NC State. I got the odds are -113. Wake Forest, obviously, they're coming off that. It's kind of a bad loss to UNC. I mean, UNC is still a decent team. Anytime you give up 58 points, you lose to an unranked team. It's not great. But literally, Wake Forest, they have never tried to play defense at all this year. It's just all about offense.
You score enough points, you don't have to play defense.
Exactly. I just think it's a bounce back spot here. NC State is a really good team. Check this out, boys. Wake Forest is 11-1 against the spread in its last 12 games when playing at home against NC State.
That's a trend.
They've won their last 5 home games. Give me Wake Forest -1.5. They fucked me last week, but it's a principle. It's a what do you call it? It's
every man has a code.
I have to do it. I don't know why, but I got to do it. It's
if they don't cover, are they dead to you? If they don't cover, is Wake Forest dead to you?
This is like you got to prove to me that you're still worth a shit.
BYU is dead to me. I put
BYU.
The biggest bet I've ever put in my life. I put on BYU -4.5 at Washington State. It was 3 days after Washington State fired their entire coaching staff, and they couldn't cover 4.5. Dead to me.
Listen,
they can't have sex before marriage, so why would you even bet on them?
Dead to me.
We have a shit list on this show. It currently features Marshall. Tony Correnti has been added to that list. He can go fuck himself. Ryan, who else is on there?
The Sixers.
Yes, the Sixers are on there.
Is that Sixers with or without Ben Simmons?
Without
They were without when they fucking blew our parlay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You blew.
They were winning the entire game against the Nets a couple weeks ago. Last 5 minutes, they scored like 1 point or maybe
BYU.
nothing.
As a favor to a friend of the program, can we add BYU to the shit list?
Yeah, BYU is officially on the shit list. Officially on the shit list. Add it. So Wake Forest -1.5 is my miscellaneous pick. Luke, you got anything else for us?
I have 2 if I can do a golf's future.
Let's
Ooh.
do it.
Have my
Rory
interest.
McIlroy gets his green jacket this year.
Oh,
What's it at right now?
I have 1,400, something like that. Last I checked, he just split with his swing coach today. He's going back to his old guy though.
Oh,
Split with
baby.
Pete
I
Cowan.
love Rory. I'm a big Rory guy, so
That
I would love
could
to
be
see
wrong.
it.
I don't know, but
let's look up let's confirm the odds here.
even if it's wrong, can you just say I'm right?
You're
Yes.
right.
I always believe in you.
Yes.
PGA.
Also,
Hold
take
on.
Brooks in the match. By the way, -112.
Absolutely.
Brooksy.
Brooksy.
Oh, they only have the Houston Open on here. They don't even
Go
have
to the futures. They got the Masters on there. Well, I don't know what you're on. Barstool.
Yeah, hold on. Golf. The
you're doing insider trading.
majors. No. Masters tournament. Finishing position to win. Rory McIlroy +1,400. Look at this fucking guy. Look at this fucking guy.
Am I a genius?
Yep.
I think that is the scientific term for it. Yes.
And then my other one for this week in college football. This is my Jimmy Catlock of the week. My buddy James. Ole Miss +2.5. They're getting healthy again this week. Love the lane train, baby.
And
Ride
Matt
the
Corral.
lane train.
Choo choo.
Too, Matt Corral.
Ole Miss +2.5 versus Texas A&M.
And
At
there's rumors
home.
about Jimbo leaving
To where? LSU?
LSU. Go
Whoa,
Tigers.
whoa. Luke, you're forgetting just last week he said that he wanted to be in College Station forever. You know, college coaches never lie when they say stuff like that.
No, I've never met one that's lied. I'm
That's
pretty
not
sure he
what
said he
he
wanted to
said.
stay
I
in
mean,
Florida
it's
State too.
It's definitely not what he said before he left Tallahassee.
Here
You
forever.
think he took crab legs with him when he left?
He does miss Publix, I will tell you that. Great.
Who
great
doesn't? I wish
story.
we had one here.
Of course. So Ryan, let's go to you. What else you got for us?
All right, my last pick. I'm gonna go Titans -2.5 versus the Saints. I think somebody gave it out earlier. I don't know. I just kind of like this line with the
That was my
Titans.
favorite. After I figured
Yeah.
out I could do the under.
I like it too. I'm gonna ride with you guys.
I think Kamara's out too. So
Kamara is out.
Bingo.
Hey, we
But
checked
they
the
got,
injury.
it's
We
Mark
got an
Ingram.
injury right on this one.
thank you, Adam Schefter.
It's Mark Ingram versus AP. It's like 2008.
If this was 2014, I'd be like ejaculating.
There's
Just don't do
no
that.
As
Miami
if I'm
Dolphins.
already not.
There's no Miami Dolphins game for Ryan to bet on this week.
I have not bet on them at all this year.
Well, no, they won outright fucking last night.
I know.
Of course they did.
Pins
Fucking-
up, baby.
Fucking Brew had the Ravens.
Brew Boy's been
Somebody tried to
Cool.
chirp me,
He
by the way,
sucks.
last
He
night about
sucks.
that.
I mean, I'll ride with him because I'm a rider with Brew.
Yeah,
He sucks.
he's
he's colder
it's
than a
tough.
well digger's ass on
but
Christmas
fuck
Eve,
you.
all right?
Don't. He's a dog. Like I want everybody to like everybody
He
acts
goes
like
left
he's
every
a,
time. He goes left
every-
every time.
No, the last 2 times he went left. The time before that he went right.
All right.
And he hit on that game.
And then 9 weeks before that, he went left.
Listen, if
Shut
I'm
up with your
fucking
facts, all right?
seriously, dude, go. Where do you get off? You guys act like this
I get off
dog
because he's lost
is
money.
supposed to be.
That's where I get off.
Yeah, me too. You think I love putting out losers? But we act like this dog is supposed to be a fucking like expert.
Yeah, I've known
Right.
Brew since he was, since you got him.
Uh-huh. We lived together
So-
when we got him.
I do.
Yeah.
I mentioned
We were
it
in
when
a
I gave
relationship.
like the I mentioned it when I gave the Air Force pick. I do have a betting trend, so there aren't necessarily like lines out. It's just something that you should follow all season. With my like past work history, obviously, in the Summit League,
Oh, I think he was a lifeguard.
Omaha, Nebraska, Omaha, and North Dakota suck. Like they suck. just fade them the whole year. Because both those teams had like one piece who was like a legit player, and they both transferred away, and they didn't bring in anybody like worth anything. So just fade Nebraska.
I feel like this
Omaha,
is illegal.
in North Dakota. I don't work there anymore. They suck, and so just fade them the whole year. They suck. So I won money last week. Wisconsin, Milwaukee -7 against North Dakota.
Tijon?
That was free money.
There's no way he's still there. Is he still there?
I mean, Jalen Coleman Lands is 28 playing for Kansas, so there's a chance he's still there.
25, but yes. Yeah. That is hilarious. Jalen Coleman Lands signed his fucking letter of intent to Illinois 7 years ago.
Yeah, dude, he committed after the Final Four year, right?
He is a starter for he committed after the Final Four year. He's a starter for Kansas now at 25. That is fucking hilarious.
For
Perry
Kansas?
Ellis.
For Kansas.
Yes. Jalen Coleman Lands transferred to Kansas.
He
He's
didn't
now
start.
played. Oh, he's coming off the bench?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kansas,
well, either way,
dude.
he plays for Kansas. Whatever.
Best 2 pay in
He's
the
played
game.
for
Bill Self.
Illinois, DePaul, Iowa State, and now Kansas.
Oh, Grant.
God damn it.
we got to
so
restart
here
the
we,
whole show.
yeah, I guess we do.
Oh, well, who's in?
Oh,
He's
he's back.
back.
Okay, all right, yeah, and he's back.
He
Okay.
had an important
So
business call.
I got one more pick, and I think that's it. Then we'll do the parlay. This has been just an absolute mess, but just a great time. I mentioned earlier Baylor plus 5.5
Gaylor.
versus Oklahoma. Let's go. I'm riding with Luke. I think it's a spoiler spot for Baylor here. They're 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 home games, 6-3 against the spread on the year. Oklahoma's only 4-5 against the spread. They've struggled with teams that they are supposed to be better than. They play down to their competition. I think Baylor at home, they get up for this game and try to ruin Oklahoma's season here and hand them their first loss.
I like this pick, and I would scrap the spread. I would go money line on this because this is the conspiracy brain for me. The committee is screwed right now because they have 7 or 8 teams who are all like legitimate candidates to get into the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma, if they run the table, like how do you leave out an undefeated Power 5 team, right? But if Oklahoma wins out, if Ohio State or Oregon, I know they have like a loss, right? But if they went out, like how do you keep these teams out? So they want these questionable fringe teams to lose. So then that makes their decision easier. I think the committee and the powers that be in college football, they make sure Oklahoma loses this game. Give me Baylor money line.
Baylor money line. Fucking, I'm
out.
taking Baylor money line and Baylor plus 5.5 now. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Bears. That is my last pick. Did I miss anybody's picks? Do we everybody give their miscellaneous? We move on to the parlay, correct?
Illinois money line next week against Iowa.
Illinois money line against Iowa. Hammer
Dude,
it. Hammer it. Homecoming for Brett Bielema. And the
Got
Iowa
a Hawkeye
fan,
tattoo.
the fan agrees. The Iowa fan agrees. All right, so this is our parlay for this weekend. We had Grant put it in for us. The odds are at plus 1077. So we have, I guess each of us will just give our pick.
I don't even remember what I gave for the parlay.
All right, so then I'll just do it. Okay, so Cowboys -8. Ryan originally had said Cowboys -8.5. It moved down to 8, so we're going to take it if it moves down. We have Michigan -1. Luke had originally said Michigan -1.5 when Grant put this in. This was Michigan -1. Again, this might have moved. So we have that, and we have Bama -13.5 first quarter against New Mexico State, which is a lock. This would have been even better if it was a fucking KHL pick on this.
Nobody would have been able to bet it.
Give me the Sochi overs. Sochi, they don't play any defense.
Oh my god!
Sochi sounds like a town the Olympics were in.
They were. Chargers -3.5 versus Minnesota. Or actually, that might have moved to 3. Let me change that real quick. I think Grant had said that moved to 3. So Chargers -3, which if everything's moving down, I'll fucking take it. Whatever. So Cowboys -8 Atlanta. No, God damn it. Cowboys -8 versus Atlanta. I'm sorry. I need to take that off of there real quick. I'm just a fucking mess today, boys. This is just stupid.
Hey, get your life together. You got another kid
Yeah,
on the way.
no. Cowboys -8 versus Atlanta. Michigan -1 at Penn State. Bama -13.5. First quarter versus New Mexico State. Chargers -3 versus Minnesota. A little college football NFL parlay for the people. Maloney's moneyline parlay plus 1077. We better hope
Let's
all
ride,
of these
boys.
hit or none of them hit, because if 3 of them do and one of ours doesn't, like, that is just an absolute shitstorm coming in
God, please don't be mine.
for that person. So we will see. I'm not even going to tell you how much I like.
hope
the
it's
Michigan
Grant.
pick. Yeah.
Pick on me.
We'll see. We'll see. So this has been Maloney's Money Line, week number 10, episode 86 of the Brew Party podcast. No, I mentioned
87?
earlier it should have been 87 technically, but we're going to call it episode 86 because I fucked up and called last episode 87, which I even like in the StreamYard thing where I record, like you titled the shit. I put episode 86 and then like the whole time I'm like episode 87 because I'm a fucking idiot. But other than that, this is the Brew Party podcast. Go ahead and check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/the Brew Party. Like this video, throw us a subscription. We're trying to get up to 100 subscribers. You can follow us on Facebook at the Brew Party Podcast. We are on Twitter and Instagram at the Brew Party. We are also wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, Google, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, all that good shit. Just go to www.thebrewparty.com. It's got links to all of our episodes and links to our social media, ways to support the show, stuff like that. So we will be back next week with another episode of Maloney's Moneyline. This week, we've got, I don't even know, fucking like 30 plays for the people. Just, I'm going to be spending so much money. I mean,
Sounds like 30 to me.
Yeah, sounds like just an undefeated weekend. We have KHL picks, we have an NBA pick, we have NFL, we have college football. We are all over the fucking board this weekend. We love it. We had stats for you. We had picks from the gut, picks from the heart. But yeah, let's get some closing statements here, Ryan. Final thoughts for this week's episode.
Let's get some W's.
Fins up, baby.
Man of many words, Ryan Maloney. Fins up. Grant, Lucas, anything you guys want to say before we get out of here?
Yeah, when Rory wins the Masters in April, you guys are welcome.
We will clip that. Taking it immediately.
Hawks by 1 million.
Well, but under 30.
Right, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah. Iowa 30, Minnesota nothing.
$1 million. That's $1 million. That's $1 million.
Yeah, that's
in Iowa football. Yeah, that's like $1 trillion.
Yeah, that's shit. All right, man. This has been a blast as always when we get these fucking just genius minds together. The molding of these minds is just absolutely incredible. Luke said he felt bad for being the only one wearing a hat. I told him I'd put one on. I did get a haircut today, so kind of wanted to show that off as well.
Nice fresh
Sorry.
cut.
Sorry,
Me
Luke.
too.
You get them all cut?
Did I? No, Macy cuts my hair, dude. What the fuck?
Did
I'd go to?
you get them all cut? Did you get all your hairs cut? Not just one.
Oh, fuck you. All right, we're ending the stream on that shit. Brew Party Podcast, episode 86, Maloney's Moneyline, week 10. Thank you all for being here. If you joined us live, if you're listening or catching the replay, we appreciate you. Creeping up on 100 episodes. Keep it here. Keep joining the party. Check out my episode with Gab Gowdy from FanDuel and from the Unsportsmanlike Conduct podcast from earlier this week, talking OBJ, leaving the Browns. He did leave the Browns and has joined the Los Angeles Rams. We will see how that works out. Maybe complaining for more targets when he realizes they have Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods. But other than that, we're out of here. That's enough. 30-0 this week. I don't even know if we have 30 picks, but we're going undefeated. It's a given.
Facts don't matter.
Take all of Grant's KHL picks.
If you can find them,
if you can find them, yeah, seriously, you might have to find some Russian
He's on like Bovada.
fucking
you
betting
you might have to call the actual Russian mob to put you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grant's like, I got a bookie.
Call the oligarchs in Moscow. Let them know what you want.
He's got a guy. He's got a guy. If you do need a sports book or need somewhere to place all of these bets, I've got a place for you. It is, I mean, sports betting season is in full swing right now, guys. We have the NFL, obviously, the NHL, the KHL, the NBA. You need a sports book that is, been known for, 30 plus years in this business. They have integrity. They're known for paying out their customers. I'm talking about, of course, BetUS Sportsbook. BetUS, BETUS.com. Go there, use the promo code The Brew Party. That is The Brew Party for a 125% sign up bonus up to $2,500. BetUS.com. Check them out. Thank them. We thank them so much for supporting the show, supporting the Brew Party. Use that promo code BetUS. It is promo code The Brew Party. 125% sign up bonus on betus.com. betus.com. They've got golf, they've got basketball, football, hockey, live betting, futures, props, spreads, totals, all that good stuff.
I got to go to the Illinois game. I got to get a head start.
Grant is getting out of here, going to the Illinois game. All right, let's get out of here. This is the Brew Party Podcast, episode 86. Check us out wherever you get your podcasts or on YouTube. Thanks to
Hawks by a million.
Hawks by a million, Grant Baker, Luke Wilson, Ryan Maloney. I'm Andy Hopper. We're out of here.